Heroes' Gorge. Only one small city of heroes stood in Talia's way, keeping her from finally climbing the mountain to the Council of Little Snots. Heroes' Gorge would have to fall. Talia had left a trail of devastation on her way to the Council of Little Snots. Now, only the city of Heroes' Gorge stood between her and her path to the peak.
Excellent. So they call it Heroes' Gorge. I think I'll rename it Heroes' Grave when I'm done with it. Forward, creatures! Time to...
Then, out of nowhere, Tristan appeared, just as if he were following a bad script. A bad script would be ashamed of this crummy story.
Men! This place must be protected. Stand firm and light the beacons. Oh yes, and activate the magic tower.
Hey, that's not fair! Treachery, cheating!
Powered by the mana ray from the magic tower, Heroes' Gorge was now protected by a magic shield, impenetrable to evil's creatures. The sharp-witted evil set to work on a plan. It had to take control of the tower. Maybe that would not only bring down the shield, but could also be used for something else.
Sounds like a brilliant plan. Forward, creatures! Oh, don't smash that thing. Capture it and get me the deeds to it.
The infernal evil already had some more experienced demonic creatures at its disposal. A chamber of relaxation would have to be built to prevent them from becoming unhappy.
Chamber of relaxation? Lazy sods. The things you do for your subordinates.
The digging evil's activities had not gone unnoticed. Heroes would soon set out to destroy the dungeon heart. Rumor had it that some dwarves had captured a few succubi because of gambling debts or something of the sort.
Gambling debts, schmambling debts. We'll get them out of there, hire them, and then let them do the dirty work for us.
The chilled evil had built a chamber of relaxation for its demons. From then on, they could relax and enjoy a cozy manor bath. Your little snots have dug up a spider. Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay.
Talia? Are you even still out there? It's so mind-numbingly dull here. You'd almost think you were giving your lecture on the growth of shamrocks again.
I'll grow shamrocks on your grave.
Your little snots have dug into a spider nest. Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. And the mana-hoarding evil's little snots had unearthed the manivore. These beings were known for consuming mana. As if that were not disturbing enough, they also became more powerful or even reproduced in the process. It made sense to secure the Arcanium well. One manivore had eaten so much mana that it had evolved into a large, much stronger manivore.
Stupid manivores. Can't they eat some other evil underground ruler's mana? Like that Oberon, for example?
The towerless evil still did not have the magic tower under its control. Mentally snapping its forehead, it set out to change this. Enemies are in the dungeon. You have lost a creature forever.
payday.
A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Your little snots have roused some lava lumps. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. You have lost a creature forever.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
tower and take those foul fiends under fire!
Tristan's men used the magic tower against the indignant evil's armies. If the tower were not captured, any ventures on the overworld would prove extremely unpleasant.
It's payday.
There goes another village up in flames, while my stepbrother hides under the table. Like that time at Vladimir's birthday.
You promised to never speak of that! Never!
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Firing at us here?
Talia and the surprised Evil's army were taken under fire by the magic tower. The absent Evil's creatures will get no rest there until it had been captured.
Ha! Never! Reload, men!
treachery! The enemy is attacking my creatures with that magic tower! How rude! Forward, creatures! Do something about that! Even if some of you die, that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Talia, your actions are not only damning, but embarrassing as well. You're acting like your 13-year-old self, or your 14-year-old, or your 17-year-old, or your 25-year-old, or...
You probably think you're hilarious while you're hiding under your little magic shield, don't you? That's all you paladins are good for. Hiding behind thick walls and magic shields and making stupid speeches.
Or your 45-year-old, or...
Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Talia and the ghastly evil had discovered some dwarves who had made themselves comfortable in the dungeon. Unfortunately, they were blocking the way to the magic tower.
Those pint-sized creeps really have to hang around everywhere in the underground. One of those basil trolls wanders into their kingdom one day and drives them off, and suddenly they're everywhere. And all because they wanted to dig up some mithril for their elf friends or something like that. Whatever. Hurt them, beat them, make little clay basil trolls and bash them with those.
Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. first succubus joined the ever-expanding evil's army. These infernal demonesses were able to charm opponents and sway them to their side for a short time. Very helpful indeed. Ding dong, it's payday. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon.
There are enemies in your dungeon. One of your creatures has become livid with rage.
A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. burrowing evil had discovered a buried exit to the overworld. Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Enemies are in the dungeon. Your enemies are in the dungeon. One of your creatures is furious and is on strike.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Ding dong! It's payday! Enemies have entered the dungeon. The non-tower capturing evil stared at the map with a blank expression. Had it forgotten something? As a matter of fact, it had still not captured the magic tower. It quickly set about changing that. The horrific evil had destroyed one of the villages surrounding Hero's Gorge. Tristan did not seem pleased.
Talia, you barbaric monster! Those honest villagers didn't do anything to you. I will soon capture you again and put you on trial.
Thanks, but one road trip in the cage with you was really more than enough. Brother dear. There goes another village up in flames, while my stepbrother hides under the table. Like that time at Vladimir's birthday.
You promised to never speak of that! Never!
The horrific evil had destroyed one of the villages surrounding Hero's Gorge. Tristan did not seem pleased.
Talia, you barbaric monster! Those honest villagers didn't do anything to you. I will soon capture you again and put you on trial.
Thanks. But one road trip in the cage with you was really more than enough. Brother dear.
It's payday.
One of your creatures has bit the dust. Conquering evil had taken the magic tower. With a few skillful tweaks, this was converted into a powerful weapon, capable of taking areas of the map under fire.
Just what I need. With this, we'll destroy Balderon. I mean, Hero's Gorge, of course. Go ahead, lock and load, and then we'll throw some pies at them.
Men, I see the fear in your eyes. Evil has taken the tower. If we do not do something, the shield will eventually collapse. Fortunately, the time has not yet come to despair, for there is a solution. Mana shipments!
It seems that Tristan had not been dropped on his head as a baby, as some people claim to be the case with his stepsister.
Hey!
And so he ensured that, in the future, mana would be shipped overland to the shield.
Onwards, comrades! Clear the way for the first shipment!
What? What a jerk! Forward, creatures! Stop them! Tear them apart! Smash them! Cut them apart with... so it really hurts.
A gold vein is almost exhausted.
Defend the dungeon heart. Tristan saw a danger emerging as mana became scarce in Hero's Gorge. From now on, 2 shipments set out. The magic tower was able to fire again. The nefarious evil had stopped a mana shipment.
Instead of strengthening the shield, it would now be stored in the dungeon instead.
Ah, that's the way I like it. That's exactly how it's supposed to go.
Men! Even though we have suffered heavy losses, all is not lost. The shield is holding, and rescue is at hand. Talia, you beast! Stop tormenting those poor villagers! Pick on someone your own size!
Says the guy hiding behind the giant magic shield.
It's payday.
Oh, my desperate brother sent out 2 mana shipments at once. What a loser.
A new area of the dungeon has been discovered. The destructive evil's creatures destroyed a mana shipment. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. Tristan had now fully perceived the threat Talia and the transport intercepting evil's army posed. From now on, 3 shipments would set out. The magic tower was once again available. You have destroyed a cage. The liberating evil had freed the succubi from their predicament. They gratefully joined its army.
Men! Even though we have suffered a few losses, now is not the time to despair. Remain vigilant, and let us join together to fight for the light!
few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Three mana shipments hurriedly made their way to Hero's Gorge. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon.
These mana shipments are easier to destroy than butter. Well, okay, destroying a pound of butter just like that is pretty difficult too, because you get sick pretty quickly and, oh, whatever, just break more stuff.
Your portal is under attack. The destructive evil's creatures destroyed a mana shipment. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon.
Even though we have suffered a few losses, now is not the time to despair. Remain vigilant, and let us join together to fight for the light.
Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. The magic tower was able to fire again. The shooting evil aimed the magic tower's cannon at a target.
So now they're sending out 3 mana shipments at once. I can literally smell their desperation. Either that or it's one of these little snots that stubbornly refuses to use deodorant. Ugh.
One of the manor shipments met its inglorious end at the hands of absolute evil. The destructive evil's creatures destroyed a manor shipment. One of the manor shipments met its inglorious end at the hands of absolute evil.
Men! Even though we have suffered heavy losses, all is not lost. The shield is holding, and rescue is at hand.
Your portal is under attack. The magic tower was once again available.
There goes another village up in flames, while my stepbrother hides under the table. Like that time at Vladimir's birthday.
You promised to never speak of that! Never!
3 manor shipments hurriedly made their way to Hero's Gorge. The destructive evil's creatures destroyed a manor shipment. The manor shield had been destroyed. Hero's Gorge now lay defenseless before the devastating evil's army.
Finally! Come on, creatures, finish 'em off! Knock 'em out! Throw wax crayons at them!
Your demonic portal is under attack.
Men! The final battle lies before us! They may have
The
destroyed...
magic tower's cannon was ready for action.
Oh, yes, we sure showed them. That was a nice little warm-up. Oh, by the way, did we manage to kill Tristan too? Is he lying around here somewhere?
Talia test-speared several of the dead heroes, but there was no sign of Tristan. Apparently, Talia had failed to notice that the latter had already absconded some time ago.
That kind of spoils the joy of victory for me, I've got to admit.
Of course, this is only the 6th mission. It would probably be a bit too much to ask if the whole thing with Tristan was over now.
I could definitely drag out his demise, let me tell you. Believe me, I can be very creative. But enough of that. It's time to finally get to that council of little snots, get a new vessel, and then finally finish off those heroes.